Hey, nice to see you again on a new video. Today I will show you how to replace your screen on your iPhone 14 Pro Max smartphone. If you need any parts and tools, I have provided the links in the video description. Just click on more under the video. See you!
So this is our iPhone 14 Pro Max, and yeah, let's go and replace the screen here. So first to mention, if you want to open the screen, you will need to remove these two screws, but as you see, this is pretty dirty here, so we need to clean first those screws, because if you don't clean it, we could damage the screwdriver or the screw itself, and then you can't get it out. So I suggest you first you go a little bit brush this with a toothbrush for cleaning. Don't use your toothbrush afterwards. Then you can use maybe a needle or something just to clean here the hole of the screw here inside, because all dirt needs to go out of this center of the screw. Okay, and then we are going to take out these two screws here. Alright, so now as this screen is pretty damaged, I'm going to maybe use a little bit of tape to put it here on it, so you don't cut yourself or it won't break more. So then we go and cover the screen here a little bit with this tape. So now what we are going to do is following. We need a pry tool here and a little bit of alcohol. We have removed the two screws. Now let's go and we will insert some really tiny pry tool, which is like a tiny metal piece, and you will put it in here in the middle between the power button and here, this line here, somewhere here. You put it in because there is a small like a small tunnel which is made for taking out the screen. So after that you just bend here this a little bit and then you pour in a little bit of alcohol. This needs to go everywhere around, And then we will try to lift up the screen from here. As you see, this is going up here without any issues. Alright. So I'm gonna bend here this a little bit more and then pour a little bit more alcohol here. This will soften up the glue and the process will be easier. So once you see that big gap here, like this, you can insert your fingernail and then we go with some plastic card. If your screen is not shattered and you do some other repair, I don't suggest to use very thick plastic here to disassemble the screen because you could damage the screen. So you go inside with this plastic card and then we go and just cut the adhesive around here and lift up the screen. Here and there you can always put a little bit of alcohol here inside, so it will be easier. Let's go further. So that you don't do any scratches on the back or on the camera, you can put a cloth or some plastic or whatever under the phone so you don't make any scratches. You can switch the sides. You go a little bit on the right, a little bit on the left here. Just carefully you can push it or take it a little bit out. I mean, you just don't use too much force. And you see here the screen was already shattered a little bit. I mean, it came separate from the plastic frame, like this. You need to always go under here, under the frame, not in the middle. Alright? So if you're not doing a screen repair and you go in the middle, you could damage the screen. But in this position, as the screen is already damaged, we just go here under and then try to lift it up. Sometimes you need to use a little bit of force because there are some like maybe tiny clamps which are holding the screen in the frame and they don't go loosen that easy. All right. Okay. So now we are almost done. Let's go further here. Don't go also too deep inside, as you could damage some internal parts or any flex cable. So just a little bit around. It's not that hard. We are almost here. So be carefully here, close to the camera. Oh, it did already loosen. So no problem at all. Just take care if there is some glue. So that's it. You always lift up the screen from the right side where the power button is to the other side where the volume buttons are, because you will see on that side are the flex cables. All right. Okay, so now you need to put something on the back here. This will stabilize the screen, hold the screen, and we will go to unmount those screws and remove this back plate. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screws. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they are all Apple screws, as you see here. So I'm gonna try to sharpen the image a little bit more. So, and let's go and unmount these 8 screws here. remember and put those screws in order and put them in order also back in the same place. Once this is done, you can lift up here this plate carefully and take it out. Then we are going to disconnect the battery here. You always use a plastic tool, no a metal tool, because you could do a short circuit. So we have disconnected the battery here. Perfect. Now we are going to disconnect also the screen here. And let's go disconnect also the front sensor here. Perfect. Now we can remove the screen. That's it. So we have successfully removed the screen. Now we can put this by side, the phone itself, and we will transfer this front sensor to the new screen. I have here a new soft OLED screen, second aftermarket part, and I hope this will work well with the iPhone. So let's first test if the screen is working. So we take the phone, connect the screen, connect the battery, and try to turn on the phone. We have a picture, that's a good sign. All right, so we see this screen is there. It is working, so we can switch off the phone. Then let's go again, disconnect the battery, disconnect the screen here. We put this by side, and let's go and transfer here the sensor from the front screen here. So firstly, what we're gonna need to do is dismount these two screws. Let's go zoom in here a little bit. So there are just two normal Phillips screws. We're gonna remove those. Then you lift up the metal plate here. Just remove it. And then we're gonna heat up this area here a little bit so we can safely remove the sensor. I'm gonna use around 150 degrees Celsius for maybe a minute or two. That's enough. Now we need to remove the sensors carefully here so that you don't damage here anything. Alright? So let's go. Firstly, let's try to lift up here this sensor. Actually, really carefully here. We'll try to lift up here from the bottom. Don't go with anything sharp inside here. The best what you can do is go inside with some pry tool. Let's see if this will work. Or we could also go with a plastic card. And I will put again a little bit of alcohol here under. Alright? So, be carefully, don't cut anything here. Just go under here, these sensors, and then you can pour in just a little bit of alcohol. And then this will just go very easy, without any issues. Again here. Perfect. Carefully and slowly. Don't cut here anything. That's enough. Now you can pull a little bit, not too much. There are two cables here, just a little bit that you see here. Alright, a little bit. Slowly. We are almost done. Alright, so watch out here for this double-sided adhesive. Okay, so we have lifted up this a little bit. I'm gonna make this a little bit more bright. Okay, so now let's go and we will try to lift up this sensor here. There's a cable here and a cable there, so we just need to pull it out slowly. Alright, that's the first part. And now we need to also pull out this other sensor here. This could go maybe better with a small knife, or even better with a small screwdriver. But I'm going to heat this up a little bit more from the front and the back. And again here. And then let's go and try to lift up here this sensor. This is going now smooth and perfect without any issues. Now we can lift up here the sensor. Watch out again, there is a double-sided adhesive here under, so as you see it's still holding here this in place. I'm gonna cut this through. Alright, so don't cut the cable, just cut the adhesive here. There we go. So perfectly, we have disassembled the sensor perfectly without any damage. So now we can remove this one, or you see there is a small piece of adhesive here and here. We try to transfer this to the new screen if we can. Let's see. You need some nice tweezers here. Perfect. Let's go, just put this here. Okay, I have here just a little bit left over of some glass piece. I'm gonna clean this out. Alright, so also there is a small piece here for this sensor. I'm gonna try if I can lift up this as well from the old screen. Alright, and let's go and put this here in the new screen. Work carefully, don't use too much force or something, or break here down to the screen. Don't push on the screen, otherwise you could damage it, so keep in mind. Alright, so I'm gonna need here some double-sided adhesive here. Let's see if I can take back here from this one, because I want that the sensor is sticked to the new screen. So let's see if this is going also. Yes, so this will be enough. All right. So let's take the sensor now, and we will put it here. But firstly, let's just remove this protective adhesive here. This protective foil needs to be removed. All right. Perfect. Now you take the sensors here, put them where they belong. And here. on this place. Alright, put the sensor in. Perfect. That's all. Let's take the metal piece here, put it on the screen, take the two screws, put them back in order. Don't use too much force, you could damage the screen if you use too much force. Okay, we're gonna zoom out, make the screen a little bit darker. And now let's go connect here this to the phone. First you connect here the front sensor. Alright, and then connect the screen to the connector here. Perfect. Then we're gonna connect the battery back. We take something on the back of the screen. Just to mention, my adhesive was not damaged. So I'm gonna rather use this original adhesive because it's very strong. It stays strong. The new delivered adhesive is not that strong, so yeah, if you did damage the adhesive, you can replace it by cleaning first the black adhesive and then you put this in order where it belongs. You will see how to turn it, like where is the correct place, and then you just stick it in. Alright, okay, so let's go put back the metal plate here. Alright, and then let's go and take the screws and put them back here in order. All 8 screws. There we go. Let's turn on the phone, see if the phone is turning on before we stick it in. If you don't get a picture immediately, then let's just go and connect it to the power source. And we have a picture here. Let's just wait to boot up. And this is it. So let's just take the screen here and then you put it here back in place carefully and press it inside the frame. First gently, so it will sit in place, and then you can use something like a towel or cloth and just press it further everywhere around so it will fit inside. And then you take the two screws, put them back here in place. And you are done. Let me know in the comments how it did work for you, or if you have any questions, or if you want to say thank you for the video.
Thanks for watching. If the video did somehow help you, then you can buy me a coffee. Donations are always appreciated. Thank you. You find the donation link in my about page and in the video description. Please also like, comment and share the video. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel.